Morning, everyone. Welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room for Wednesday, August the 21st. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Can I get a quick sound check, please? Okay, so what is happening this morning? We got a couple. Obviously, the PDD, China stock, had earnings today. Big run. Released this morning. That's the 0.25. Released this morning. Had a big run. Probably a lot of resistance right around this area. Kind of gapped right into a 30.35. Yeah, 30.35, right around this area. So we'll have to see what happens once the market opens. Maybe saying it's maybe over. We'll just have to see once the market opens. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on Acor this morning. I almost swung this. Didn't quite, decided not to, but ACOR, this is from yesterday. Yesterday, I believe, yeah, yesterday AI alert. But, you know, obviously what is attracting me to this is this huge, huge void here. So just want to see if ACOR can continue. And, well, Target, well, when you ask my thoughts, I mean, obviously Target's had a tremendous earnings reaction, all I can say. Okay, so yeah, so with the Target, I mean, you just have to wait. I'm not sure what you want me to say. You know, yeah, it's a buy. No, it's a short. I really don't know. I mean, it's a massive gap, all-time high now for Target. Obviously, could put a little pop into some of the other retailers this morning. Here is one of my least favorite stocks to watch. I have to do it just because it did pop up this morning, but JAGX seems to do this all the time. It did this a couple of days ago, popped all the way up in the pre-market and then gave it up. But you never know. Maybe today's the day it might retain, though its high was about 180 and it's pulled all the way back to 140 for JAGX. Another one, this is another one too. It's a little more expensive, but the Children's Place, PLCE. Now this is really actually recovered quite a bit. But, you know, look at it still on this daily, weekly chart, monthly chart, way down here. But it has actually recovered quite a bit in the pre-market, PLCE. It's an earnings play. Low is another one. Another earnings play. It gapped up through the 200-day moving average. And obviously it has room on the daily. Obviously it's way above that. The monthly, it still has I guess that's maybe the month, that's maybe the all-time highs are on that 117 mark. BZUN, another earnings play that is, I think it's gapped down. It was pretty wild. Yeah, I saw that topping tail. So BZUN, another earnings play, gap down. The China stock. Here's one that we don't see too often. I've seen it before, but Viot, V-I-O-T. Is this a China stock too? Yeah, another China stock. VIOT has gapped up on earnings. Now, I mean, obviously, if it can get over 10, look at the potential void fill here. So it gapped up right to that level. I'm going to send an alert around 9.99 and see if it takes it out later on. Fairly low float, 28 million in the float. And that's for the VIOT. I think this is maybe much ado about nothing, but we'll see MYO. Whoops. MYO. Gapped up, licensing deal for international markets. That was the news for this MYO, low floater, 15 million in the float. I don't know where they're out of. No, they're actually out of I think the Boston area. So anyway, MYO. Looks like there was a lot of resistance right around 124. Where did it get to? Yeah, it got to 121 pre-market. You can see a lot of resistance right around here in the weekly chart for MYO. The other one that I did see, I just cannot get behind this one, I'm sorry, is Fitbit. You know, they also had some news, something about Singapore. But, you know, look at all, well, right here, look at all the resistance, probably right around here, that 346 mark. What did it get to? Got to 335 in the pre-market. It would have, I have an alert set here just in case it clears this. You know, if it does, then it has a nice little void fill. I just am skeptical about Fitbit. Cree is another one. Cree is another earnings play, gap down, but it is definitely trying to recover here. The market, of course, is going to have a pretty solid open. If this keeps up, so the bounce plays could definitely be in play today, depending on what the market does once it opens. All right, let me take a look to see what sort of upgrades and downgrades we have this morning. Not too many. Just a couple more to go on the upgrades. All right, there are some of the upgrades from briefing.com, and let the downgrades in now. All right, those are the upgrades and downgrades from briefing.com. Just a free service, Ben, from briefing.com. You just have to, you can sign up for it. They'll ask for your email, and then they'll send it to your email about 9:10 every morning Eastern time. Briefing.com. It's certainly not a complete, I mean, there are all sorts of websites out there that you can go to. I like going to that one because it's easy for me. They just send it to me. I don't have to do any scouring. Another one to keep an eye on maybe this morning is TWOU. This was an alert yesterday from the AI. It actually got stopped out, and then it got stopped out right there, and then it came all the way back. And you know, again, look at the void, TWOU. Nice little move this morning so far. Might be a continuation. Okay, that's TWOU, an ACOR, ACOR. Definitely of interest. ACOR. Nice spread too for ACOR right now. 329, 330. All right, I'm sticking an alert at 1920 for TWOU. That is the high of the pre-market. I know JMIA was active, was it yesterday or the day before? Yeah, the day before for sure. Well, whether it's a complete scam or not. But definitely, yeah, I mean, it's nice gap down 20%, and now it's right below. Yeah, you're right though. I mean, it is 1184. What's the low here? 1130. So that looks like the low. 1143, 1130. So that looks like the low. Yeah, so it's only 50 cents away from its low. This one pops in every now and then. Waiter Holdings, WTRH. It's a big gap up, actually. Yeah, 31 cents, 22%. Decent volume, 90,000. Just checking some of these other ones. DPW. I have an alert set for this one in case it takes out this 480 mark. Probably not today, but you can see that's the high of yesterday. You know, this had, of course, that tremendous run 2 days ago up to 1060, 1070 area. Yeah, this WSG, Wanda Sports Group. This was an IPO here. I remember that day. It's kind of crazy that day. I think I actually traded it. I can't, but this is about a month ago, month and maybe 5 weeks ago. And what do you think I saw today was just Deutsche Bank initiates coverage on it. Morgan Stanley, actually, Deutsche Bank initiating coverage on Wanda, WSG. Yeah, wake me up on FIT if it takes out that 340. I just don't trust it, but I do have an alert set in this area there. Sort of lost sight of MyGen. Yeah. Yeah, it would have to take, what's the high there? The high there is 25.97. High there is 25.52. Yeah, I mean, if something starts happening, maybe. I'm so interested to see what happens with Acor when it opens. I mean, the bid ask, great. The volume is not stellar or anything, but 329, 330. Yeah, almost swung this one yesterday. Interesting to see what happens with the market. FSLY, yeah, that was a great move yesterday. Still has, I think it's on my, is it on? I'm surprised it didn't make the list. I guess it didn't have something must have been missing. Some filter was stopping it. I'm surprised it didn't make the list for the evening scan today, the evening scan curation. Something prevented me from putting it in because obviously it's got a nice void. Lazy Boy is another one. I didn't really mention it. Had no volume in the pre-market. Yeah, it still really doesn't have any volume in the pre-market, but this is an earnings play. As it moved a little bit, up 2.6%. It's released earnings after hours, so there was the big move and then the pullback, and all sorts of craziness going on in that first 15-minute candle for Lazy Boy LZB after hours yesterday. Not too much action this morning, but obviously once the market opened, the volume will start pouring in. That'll be LZB. Pretty choppy looking weekly. It's stuck right here, so hard to know. PCG, I have a 12 alert on this one. A little bit of volume, not much. Obviously, if it can take out 12. Now, the high this week is 1194. So, I mean, if it can take out 12, I know the pre-market is 1195 right now, but takes out 12, obviously a big void potential fill. And let's see what else is happening. The PDD is starting to fade. Yeah, the TWOU. I mean, you got to love these charts here. Look at the monthly. Look at the daily. Now the daily looking left, it does have that's 1910. So that's exactly where I have my alert. I think 1910 or 1920. So you can see right there, pre-market, it actually briefly took out that high right there, which is 1910 on the daily chart. But I mean, if it can really make it above that, I mean, what a tremendous void. One moment, please. Uh, Matt, I'm not sure what to tell you. I'm not sure what to tell you. Everybody, how's the audio today this morning, everyone? No issues? I know we had a brief blip earlier, but that seems to have rectified. Okay, so I don't know what to tell you, Matt. Of course, Matt's having audio issues, so he can't hear me. Yeah, he said he did that. He said he's on the so Acor. Oh boy, 329, 333. So when the spread widened just a little bit here, 4 cents, but oh man, it looks so juicy. All right, let me get rid of these and bring in my gappers. TWOR. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see any news for Acor yesterday. Just maybe, you know, people looking at, there's bottom fishing. Obviously, this is a classic bottom fishing pattern as it's starting to crawl back. You know, it's always one of those things when you see things like this starting to happen and there is no news, is either A, quote unquote, someone knows something, or, you know, just people looking at this going, well, what if they do have some news someday? I can put a, you know, especially if it got it back here, 259, I put a stop at 228, which is a low, and see what happens. That's a classic Martin move usually. It doesn't work, you get stopped out. But if they do surprise, you know, it could be a nice little gain. All right, just looking at this SYBX actually had a downgrade this morning. I think there's some volume. It's just nonsense. So again, you have to discount these topping tails. This is what caught my eye. I saw this and said, oh, maybe it's going to start to move, but this is just, I don't know what this really means. It means nothing in my opinion. So the market, I mean, look at these bottoming tails. They really mean nothing, but the market is still trying to surge a little bit higher before the open, which is in less than, well, about a minute, just a little over a minute. Okay, so Eric, just right click. Hope you're watching me. Right click, just okay. And we have Yahoo, FinViz. You can put in a website that you want to go to with a custom. Okay, but you just want to use either Yahoo and FinViz. It's there for you. Check use symbol linking, and then every time you click on a symbol, you'll see the news. Okay. All right, listen a minute, everybody. Let's have a great trading day today. And this today officially wraps up the test drive. Still some stragglers left, but this officially wraps up the test drive for another 3 months. Well, the email said Friday at midnight Eastern time. Okay. There it is. Back to school, instant 25% savings off first month or full year. Okay, that's the promo code. There's the link. Give me a second here. Just okay. Well, the email that went out, I think, said Friday. So just take it as Friday. I mean, if you're going to do it, there's LED's guide, LEDS. Lazy Boy making a little move here. Again, it's an earnings play. Lazy Boy, LZB. Yeah, I'm going to be a little more, for me, I'm going to be a little more cautious on the Acor. I'm going to watch for a 333 break. BZUN is swooning here, is another earnings play. It hit $45 in the pre-market. Children's Place, PLCE, trying to pop here, actually. Look at this. Actually, I mentioned this one. It was way down here. It's almost tacked on $10 from the actual low in the pre-market. AFL moving down. Aflac. AFL is moving down. And some support probably around 40, around 50. If you look at the weekly chart, maybe around 50 for Aflac, AFL. Okay, BZUN is moving. You can see it right there. Anyway, typically I don't trade until the first 15 minutes is over. Let things settle down just a little bit. TTM is moving down. That's a terrible look on the weekly and the monthly. It's not shortable. Yeah, you're right. TTM moving down here. TTM gapping down. I don't see any specific reason. See a downgrade or something, but I don't see another reason for it. Urban is an earnings play also. It really didn't have very much action in the pre-market, but URBN is an earnings play. And Hawaiian Holdings is moving down here. HA, boy, that's a big break. Look at the monthly right there. So what sort of support? Yeah, maybe around 22, so not that far away, but look at it on the weekly. Breaking down on the weekly, HA. Yeah, LEDS. Now this one has had some wild times in the past. LEDS, it's a low float situation. LEDS, guys, this could be interesting. Yeah, DPW, so want to see it take out this area out here. That is the high of yesterday, I believe. Lazy Boy on the move here. LZB on the move. Well, you know, if LEDS can clear this area right there, it has room, obviously. LEDS. Hawaiian keeps HA keeps moving down here. HA lumber liquidators LL. No, a big move for LL actually. Big move for LL. Look at these bottoming tails on the weekly chart. Little one yesterday or this week. LL making a big move here. LL. There's LEDS, guys. Just keep an eye on this one. This is one of those ones that could really explode. Lumber liquidators. Something is putting a charge into this. LL. I guess. I mean, it's. And I mean, Lowe had a great earnings reaction. I always like to say the reaction. Home Depot's probably. Wow, look at all these topping tails, bottoming tails for Home Depot. Look at TGNA. And Toll Brothers, TOL. Below, I think Real was mentioning 3571 gapping down below. It is an earnings play. TOL maybe coming. I mean, there's maybe some support right around here, 3448-ish. You look at the weekly chart, right there on the weekly, the monthly chart. Toll and Cree, MSGN. Look at all the yellow here. These are all stocks making new lows. I mean, it's the same stock in many cases, but yeah, I see it. You don't have to. I'm watching the Acor right here. I might be taking it right now. Want to see this firm up here, 335, 337. Has a big void, of course. Big area right now for Toll Brothers. There's on the monthly chart. You can see 3469 or so. So it's right there. It takes that out. Look out. That's on the weekly chart. I'm sorry. It was the monthly chart that has, 3432-ish, but LEDS, guys. LEDS, guys. Okay, I'm now the proud owner of Acorn. You know what? Keep an eye on Macy's. Damn, I mean, this is just a disaster still. You know, I mean, it's up a penny right now, but look at it on the weekly chart. It's basically at yesterday's low, 1536. You know, it takes that out. I mean, there's just no support for Macy's at all, obviously, for M. Okay, so the next level for Acor to try to get out through will be that 350 mark, just because a little psychological for those under $5, I find, the 50-cent mark. Nothing on the chart is going to block it, but again, I'm not saying it's going to keep ripping. I mean, just have to look at the chart, but it's just one of those psychological numbers. Keep an eye on TGNA, guys. I'll admit I took a quick scalp on that one. I don't often do this, but I did take a quick scalp on this one. This showed up early here in the basic new highs and lows. It looks still pretty weak. I'm out of it now, but you know, keep an eye on this one, TGNA. It's not an earnings play. Volume is great. So watching the PCG, I think I still have an alert set. Actually, I don't have it. I don't know why it's not there. An alert for 1204 or so for PCG. No, that's not my fit. That's not my fit. I know Macy's had a bounce, but I'm skeptical about a Macy's bounce. DXC looks like it's trying here, guys. What is this on the weekly chart? What's the high here? It is 35.58, so that's about $1 away, a little less than $1 away from last week's high, DXC. Okay, watch PDD, guys. PDD, it's not dead yet. Takes out 30. The high in the pre-market was not that far above it. 30.37. I'm going to stick an alert here, and this could have a run. The high, its all-time high is about 32.12. So it might challenge that. Okay, guys, TWOU. I mentioned this one in the pre-market. TWOU, getting very interesting. Volume is picking up. This was an AI alert yesterday. All right, so Acor, a little whippy here. You know, I'm looking at this as a potential swing, so that's why I've sized accordingly. I don't like the way it moved back down, but we'll see if it gets back into the 30s. 25 probably gets me out. But definitely keep an eye on TWOU, especially if it takes out that pre-market high. Could have a nice continuation. Again, look at the void on the left. Yeah, I see GSX is ringing here. Cree on the way down on earnings. Cree on the way down on earnings. LEDS, guys, moving, moving, moving. Well, mentioned it a few times, LEDS. Okay, there's PCG taking out 12, almost. It pulled right back down. PCG, guys, PCG over 12 still now. Regaining 12. All right, guys, listen, I got out of the Acor. I actually got out at 28, so put a dime loss on that one. So I'm going to, or less than a dime loss on that one. So I'll take a look at it again. Just don't like the way it's trading right now. All right, I'm in the TWOU though, and that is from the AI curated. I wish I'd got in earlier in 19, but So the TWOU in. So both on the evening scan and the AI curated. Yeah, DQ, not a, oh, I thought it was an earnings play, but it's not an earnings play. Another China stock, a lot of China stocks are, of course, ripping here. Miss the RWR. If you have, again, if you want to follow along what I'm seeing on my monitor, channel bar and evening, well, it's called Barry's Windows and the AI curated, okay? And evening scan ARWR triggered at 3475. The PCG actually at 1181. Boy, LEDS guys. I mean, I don't know how many times I mention it, but said this could be the crazy one of the day. Doesn't matter if I'm in it. Remember now, I'm not telling you what to buy and sell. See, we have a halt now. PSTV, oh, that stupid one. PSTV was halted on the way up. This was the crazy one from, let's see, 3 days ago, right here. Ooh, this little one from yesterday, CCO. There's the high yesterday. Again, another huge void, CCO. I'm gonna stick an alert at 275, see if it takes out, that looks like yesterday's high, CCO. PCG guys, PCG. My works. I have to admit, disappointed in the Acor doing this right off the bat. Thought it was going to clear that 330, but look at the volume. So I mean, the volume was big too. Would have been okay and maybe very, very low volume bringing it down, but that's big volume. So. Boy, this ARWR, I mean, it's a is it a lifetime? No, it's not a lifetime high, but it may as well be. I don't know what the heck was going on before this, but $35 ARWR. TTM, I mentioned earlier, moving down still. TTM moving down. This is maybe not a lifetime low, but you know, I'm going back all the way, 2012. So I mean, it's at levels it hasn't seen for years. And that is the TTM. Urban, URBN is on the move here. This is, again, an earnings play. Urban earnings play has some room. Look at it on the weekly chart. A little bit of room. 23, 24, 20-ish or so. So that's a couple of dollars on the weekly chart. Well, I'm talking about, there's the ARWR 3475, 3527, PCG 1181, 1216. This one probably hasn't moved very much. 3453 hasn't moved very much, and the Urban 2187. So these are the three from the evening scan next day. And look at IQ. Look at IQ on the move here. Earnings play from yesterday. TTM continues. I'm not in it, but this one continues to move down. Big miss, guys. My big miss here. Arrowhead, ARWR. What's the spread? Spread isn't terrible. It's only 8 cents. You can do this TWOU just a little bit longer. Well, one is the top list that has all the symbols that made the cut. That's one. And then basically, actually, I'm not sure what okay, you've got the AI curated. You should have, I don't know if they made the change yet, but I just got it separated. So this one will, I think it repeats. Don't repeat for 30 minutes. I don't know why it says that. Thought I changed that. But anyway, that's the reason. Yeah, 4 windows. Okay, so this is don't repeat down, don't repeat up. Nothing in the don't repeat down. This would be the overall. You don't have to look at these, but this would be the overall where you'd see them all. I just separated them, ones that went down and ones that went up. That's all. Now look at apps. I was following this one forever and I took it off my list, but apps is still, look at apps, APPS. Another one that might be interesting is Iova. This is one we were watching yesterday, I believe, trying to come back here over the whole number. What's the, not great volume, not great volume. Okay, PCG basing here nicely now over that 12. Could be poised for a nice move. Okay, earnings. The alerts are starting to fade a little bit. Look at IQ. IQ just straight up. IQ straight up. Another China company. I thought somebody said they were short this one, PSTV. That was, you can't short it at IB, but CETX, how's that one doing? That was a crazy one from yesterday. Oh yeah, the Centrex got as high as 331, I think, yesterday. Yes, all the way up to 331. Have to wait and see on this one for sure. So it's halted again, PSTV. Wow. Well, good for you guys who took this one long. Again, crazy one. 10, it's going to open higher, 11, 1110, 1110. PSTV. Back to, remember now, this 4 days ago, 3 days ago, sorry, hit 1679. Urban keeps moving higher here. URBN. Wow, I'm glad I dumped my ACR. A big disappointment, I have to admit. I thought this was going to be a great break and maybe a move towards that 4 area. I'm actually trying to short Hain, but I'm getting nailed by the uptick rule from yesterday, down more than 10%. The HAIN. It appeared on the evening scan as a short at 1826. They're not wanting to fill me. Still has room down to 1590-ish, 16 or so. Tell is ringing here. Tell. Look at Tellurian. This is an interesting one, but a big float. I don't know what's going on with it. It's not an earnings play. Tell. If it takes, well, it's trying to take this area out. If it does, it's got a big void. Look at the volume. Huge volume for it. 4 times normal right now for Tell. KISS making a comeback too. Kohl's after earnings yesterday. KSS making a nice comeback. Let's see. Yeah, I see 1019, 1019. So yeah, it's Pinterest. All-time high for Pinterest now. Pins, all-time high. IPO back here. Urban keeps moving. I did take this one, unfortunately. Nice alert, 2187, 936. Kept moving. Yeah, keep waiting on this TWO, see if it can start to move again. Sort of. I mean, there's the ETF for the tech sector, for the retail sector. I mean, it's up, but it, it's not going straight up. Oh yeah, Brando, yikes. All right. Well, for those of you in the PSTV, yeah, but let's just see. Didn't pop up after the halt was over, but however, now it's moving back up. Briefly, anyway, PSTV. Remember, this is a very obviously, you don't have to, I am stating the obvious, but this is a very whippy one, super crazy low float. So, if you're going to do this one as a new trader, first of all, I wouldn't do it, but if you're bound and determined, just be very careful. Wow, Urban just keeps apps. Damn, excuse me. I was all over this before, and I just sort of lost interest in it as it just didn't want to seem to break 6 for the longest time. But man, oh man, APPS. It's not dead, but it is taking its time. The longer it stays down in this level, I may just dump it, and I can always get back in. In fact, I'm out of it now, guys. I will look at it again if it gets back up to the 1930. Just a little bit too whippy for me right now. Boy, I cannot chase this apps, but how nice is this now on a percentage move? Don't see any reason for it. Lifetime high. Okay, PCG is not taking out that 1230. I still have an alert set up in this area. Somebody was mentioning this one earlier. Wow, what a move for C-Day. Not an earnings play, but this looks like it's an all-time high. Yeah, 47 cents above its all-time high for C-Day. Okay, now look at these bottoming tails for ARWR. You know, sellers tried to knock it down. See if they're still in control. See what happens on this candle here for ARWR. All right, so PCG doesn't look like it wants to do what I was hoping it would do. Now look at this one, guys. CHMI, this is a lifetime low now for CHMI. 6 cents below, I guess that level right there. So this is a lifetime low for CHMI. Where are you out of? New Jersey, okay. And my prediction on JAGX has come true. I just should forget about this stupidity every single day I see this pop, just gives it up. Of course, the day that I forget about it will be the day it goes to $10. Anybody, well, it would have worked a little bit anyway. Could not get the Hain. I wanted it right at 1855, right up here to short it. And it did move down to 1819 before it's popped up. Couldn't get it because of the uptick rule. Hey guys, this is one I scalped earlier, just on my own, just kind of watching this one now, TGNA. See if it takes out this 1450 again. It had to pop down, little pull up, green bar ignored, except for that bottoming tail, I guess. So green bar ignored, moved down. See if this is going to hold, or is it going to be a continuation down? Has some room down to that 14 level for TGNA. Boom is booming here. Boom, not an earnings play, moving up. Low volume, 145. And KSS, as mentioned before, recovering nicely from yesterday. Unshortable, unfortunately. Oh, wait a minute. BZUN is now shortable real. 70,000 shares now. BZUN was not shortable, right? Earlier, but is now shortable. Not that I necessarily want to chase it down, but it is now shortable at IB. Yeah, I know, but it is now shortable. 70,000 shares have become available. Okay, now TWOU may be making signs. Cree continues. Okay, now there's a green bar ignored for Cree right there. Trigger would have been 52.65. Green bar ignored right there on the 15-minute chart for Cree. But it below that area on the weekly chart. The next area in the weekly 51.84. It's a little bit close. Maybe that's some support for Cree. We'll see. But that is a green bar ignored right there for Cree. Okay, there's, I think you guys were mentioning this FSLY, little 2-bar pullback on the 15s, taking that out now. Cree, Cree, Cree. A pretty good window here, you know. I mean, it's I've got it so that the count is very prominent. Again, you don't know what this count is. This is a number of times, say, KSS has now made 123 new highs. It's Cree, 206 new lows. Just another way of looking at momentum. As is KSS, yeah, ZUO, just starting out, ZUO. Oh man, there's a, wow, that in fact, that's a beautiful red bar ignored on ZUO. Look at that red bar ignored. Why is it beautiful? Look at the bottoming. I'm talking too much. Look at the bottoming tail there on the 15-minute chart. So sellers tried to knock it down. They closed it here, and now the buyers look like they're still in control. I wish, yeah, but the trigger is really about 1430. But look at the room it's got. ZUO, look at the room it's got. I keep thinking this is a China company, but it's San Mateo, actually. Cree, Cree, Cree. I wonder if I'm short this. Wow. Well, it ain't working now on earnings, boy. Yep, never chase. Never, never chase. Yeah, actually, I have GLYC thumbnail in the bottom left-hand corner of my monitor. You might be able to see it right there. There's one. No, it's not a red bar ignored, but yeah, it's hard to know what's going to happen with this. I mean, there's no volume yet. Cree. Elan now. Elan from yesterday. Oh boy, this is an all-time low. Of course. Yeah. What did Target do? Did it keep moving or did it take a drop? No. Okay. So yeah, I mean it's moved off. Remember, it's not a big percentage increase off the highs right here in the pre-market. But yeah, great move for Target, all-time high. Well, SYBX, and this is shortable. All-time low, of course. Bad news yesterday. A couple of downgrades again this morning. A bit of a spread issue with FSLY, but 8 cents, not terrible. Obviously, a lot of room, $25 right there, looking left. On the weekly, what do we have on the daily? Daily is a little more concerning, maybe. We've got a high of 2187 right there, and a high of 2162 right there. So it's a little bit above that high. That's the next high looking left on the daily chart for FSLY. Elan continues down. ELAN, lifetime low. So let's take a look at what happened. This is the new AI, or the AI 2.0. So BZUN, obviously, if you could have got it at 45.52 and you could have got shorts, pretty good. Cree awesome, 54.62 down to 52. These just whipped up and down. So, I mean, if you could have got it and scalped it out, yes, for both AFL and Toll. And PDD, still jury 29.48. But definitely the Cree was nice, 54.62. Boy, another one. Look at this, Perry. I mean, my goodness, imagine getting in this. I mean, this is just a straight up on the weekly from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So say about a little over a month and a half ago, sitting at $3, now more than doubled for Perry. You can see, I mean, look at how it's moving off that monthly. Oh, Cree, wow. Well, even if you didn't take it on, well, you wouldn't have had the new AI alert anyway, but look right there. I mean, they're 52.68, so there's about $1 move off that red bar ignored, or green bar ignored. Boy, what a move this one has had. CVE, a nice percentage move for Cenovus. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, Calgary company. Boy, a lot of activity this morning, guys. Okay, there's FSLY now. Spread is still a little tough, but well, it's only, well, it widens every now and then up to 15 cents. Three minutes late. Oh man, oh man, oh man, so much going on. Boy, well, that's why I don't get too stubborn about anything. You know, there's the TWOU. Yeah, I liked it. Liked it a lot. Thought it maybe, you know, based on that void. Still may make the list tomorrow, depending on what it does today. But get out. Don't let a small loss turn into a bigger one. And the same with the ACOR, certainly on the ACOR. Don't let a small loss turn into a bigger one. Okay, so first of all, if you're new to the room, welcome. This is the format every single day. I open the room at 9 o'clock Eastern time, start to share my screen, get live on the mic then. I go up to 3:30 every Monday to Thursday and up to 3 o'clock on Fridays. We are having a promo right now. If you're not a subscriber and you're thinking about maybe taking a look at us, just a second here. So there is the promo code right there, 25% off, back to school, all in capital letters, except for the number 2, of course. Instant 25% savings off the first month or the entire year of a subscription. This is what Trade Ideas costs. We basically have 4 plans. So we have a standard yearly, $10.68 a year, less than 25%. $22.68 a year, less than 25%. The big differences are AI, which I'll go over. Standard, all right, standard monthly. You don't have to start off with a premium with our yearly plan. You can always start off with a standard monthly just to try us out. $118, less than 25%, or the premium, $228, less than 25%. Again, that is only good for the first month in terms of the discount. After that, if you maintain the subscription, it'll go to the $118 and $228. If you, however, decide that within 30 days you'd like to upgrade from standard to premium or from monthly to annual, yearly, you can do so and we'll honor that 25% promo code, all right? And let's just go over what the AI is all about. The AI, basically, we have 50 what we call baseline strategies. This is not one of them, but if it were, and the AI takes a look at every filter that is in the strategy. There are way more filters in the baseline strategies, but maybe starts making some adjustments. Maybe tweaking the price range, maybe upping the volume, tweaking the volume, running our back tester, then the optimizer, and seeing what happens if I make some changes to the strategy. What happens to the profit factor and the win percentage? If it makes a nice difference to the positive, maybe that's all she does, or it does. And also, though, what the AI can do is to actually take filters out and add them in. And again, run the optimizer. Tomorrow, we'll be presented with the strategies that actually, these are the ones that made the cut today, okay, based on the profit factor and win percentage. If you're interested in seeing what the strategies are, well, not so much what they are, but what they're looking for, if you click on the tech support and the links right here, and strategy descriptions, if you're interested in this. Also, this is an explanation of what the AI is all about. Training Monday to Thursday at noon Eastern. Webinars Monday to Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern. There is the Q&A today. This is the one that I attend. They are all archived. You should have the latest trade ideas. If you don't know what you've got, click on Help and About. And you should have 4.2.89. I'm on a development version. You can take out a demo of trade ideas here. You can subscribe to my daily video that I do between 1:15 and 1:45 every day, basically going over what's happened in the room, and trade of the week sent to you before the market opens every Monday morning. Going to go over Brokerage Plus. Just give me a second here. Okay, this is what Brokerage Plus looks like. This is basically an order entry screen. In its simplest form, it's an order entry screen. If you want to use it, you need Interactive Brokers. It's the only broker that Brokerage Plus connects to. So basically, you click on an alert. It would show up here in the symbol. You could short it, go long. These are hotkeys. Get out of your position, flatten, get out a half, double your position, or reverse. Go from short to long, long to short. That's the simplest way to use it. Second way, wow, look at Cree. If you like Cree as an example and you wanted to trade it, right click, trade. These are buying and shorting parameters that you can set up yourself. Maybe a little later I'll show you how to do it. It's very, very simple to do. And you would just pick how you want to trade it. And of course it'll show up here. And that is part of your standard service, okay? Standard subscription. What we're working on, I know I keep saying this, but I think we're getting closer, is a real-time paper trading module. So people who are, especially new traders, who want to maybe do paper trading before they commit real money to the market, which I would recommend, is this will be a real-time paper trading module, not linked to any brokerage account, because all this is real-time. You'll just click on an alert. You want to trade it, and then you can follow along real-time how you're doing. Okay, and hopefully that is released fairly soon. I hate to try to even define what soon is, but in the marketing meeting yesterday, I think we're getting closer for at least an internal testing of it. That'll be the first step. And of course, if you have any questions, this is why I'm here in this room. You can ask me questions all day long. I'm still intrigued with this one, the one I scalped earlier. Well, it wouldn't be John. It can't be because it's not linked to any brokerage package, okay? So, or platform. So it can't be. You know, I mean, some brokers will have shorts, some won't. So, I mean, if your broker, for instance, all you really have to do then, if you want to short something and you want to have it, you just have to check to see whether your broker has shorts available. Okay, so before you actually, if you want to make sure, that's all you really have to do. Yeah, that is not okay. So I should have gone over this. If you're interested in my, not so much my layout, but the individual windows. Okay, I'm going back to that. So if you click on scans, each window that you see plus many others that might make sense to you to take a look at, they're all in the scan section. Okay, and you can just take a look at them individually, or you can click on the Room Drive icon. Looks like a half-open folder. Click on that. And scans that I share, click on download. It'll go to a Word document. Then you can look at them at any time you want. Same with the links. The links that I went over, you can download them to a Word document too, and you can look at them anytime you want. Okay? Yeah, IOVA, is that a red bar ignored we're seeing here? Red bar ignored. It's a little bit choppy, but there's a red bar ignored. No, I'm sorry, it is not really. Excuse me. Wow, Cree. Hope some of you got Cree, guys, off that green bar ignored. Yeah, zero continuation, except for the only one that had continuation of these low floaters, though it didn't show up in the pre-market, was LEDS. A beautiful continuation, but this other one, this MYO, MYO, nothing, and of course this putrid one, JAGX, nothing. Yeah, I mean, if you got it right here, right in the open, yeah, great move for you. Be like water. I don't trade these more expensive ones, but some do. Place PLC looks like it's trying to make a move here. Looks like the cross. I know you guys. I know it takes into account the pre-market, but actually, I don't think it really traded very much. Oh, it did. I'm sorry. It did trade in the pre-market a lot, but you know, if there is a cross taking into account pre-market for PLC. Yeah, I mean, maybe keep an eye on this IOVA. The longer it holds over 20, it doesn't have a lot of volume yet. Big float, 113 million in the float, but give me a second here. I don't know too much about these guys. It's a scan source, but this is getting beaten up today on earnings. SCSC. Pretty tough spread on this one, but I don't know this company at all. Where are they out of? Southern Cal. Oh, so it's a U.S. company, SCSC. One moment, please. Sorry about that. So Dave G, you asked a question, what's the best for a long trade in the 3 to 30? Nobody can really answer that question. Certainly not myself. I mean, we throw out ideas, but you have to make up your own mind. There's no way that anybody's going to say, okay, this is the best one, between 3 and 30. You should take it. Just, we're throwing out ideas. You have to have some chart reading ability. Take a look at some of the ideas that are out there that are being presented. I mean, I could say the IOVA, and plus, what's your time frame? You talking about just trading intraday or holding on to it? Lots of different things come into play. Oh, I know. I am amazing on the Perry. Just amazing. I was mentioning this earlier. Month and a half, a month and a half, almost 2 months ago, $3 stock, basically more than doubled. Just inch, every week. Meanwhile, Lazy Boy is giving it up now. LZB giving it up. It's been all over the place. It was all the way up to here, 34.23, basically dropped $4. Now in danger of going negative. Would anybody be surprised if it went negative? What's the market doing? I haven't really been following what the market is doing. Crazy looking 15-minute candles. It's like Faye, I don't understand these little candles there. Pins, another new high, all-time high for pins, Pinterest. Is that what it is? Oh, you're absolutely right. Yeah, scroll back a little bit, but don't understand these little candles there. Well, I mean, what I see on, okay, I mean, I don't know what you're seeing on Snap exactly. I mean, there's no movement today. It had a little pop in the pre-market and it's given it up. It kind of chops around. I know that it is the trade of the week, but I think the trade of the week, I think it had to take out Thursday's high. I don't think it ever did. What are we now? Wednesday? We're Wednesday, so that's Tuesday, Monday, Friday. So it never triggered. Yeah, that's a very, very choppy one right now. Yeah, 322. EBR on the move here. EBR. So this is a Brazilian stock, of course. How are the Argentinian stocks doing today? Not really doing too much. Yeah, not doing too much. Well, Cree. Well, usually, I don't know if it's 2 or 2:30, William. Yeah, pretty good pullback, actually, from 740 down to 719. Oh, okay, I got a stick an alert here. PDD could be poised for another little move with these bottoming tails there. Just has to take out the highs here, I think, which are about, what, 29.64-ish. Could be poised for another move. Boy, EBR really ripping here, guys. EBR, look at the volume coming into it. I mean, it's not great volume, except it's just picking up. There's Cree. I hope you got that Cree on that red bar ignored. Or green bar ignored, sorry. Wow, I'm just going to keep, this is the fun I have now with the price alerts. Okay, so PDD now at this level right there, let's see, what's the spread like? Good spread. Oh. Lazy boy, guys. I just let them pop up. I just minimize them, Chris. Just minimize the price alerts window, and then I let it pop up when so it's a little more noticeable visual and a little more fun. I don't see any specific reason for, unless all the Brazilian stocks are moving EBR, but EBR is just what a move from 10 all the way to 1068. Great percentage move. I don't even get any data. I don't have 360 yesterday. I mean, it's still bad. I have 140, unless it hit that in the pre-market. I have 140 for iBio. Oh, okay. Well, nonsense. That's all. I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't even know what the news was, but well, that CVET is really giving it up now. CVET. Remember, this was the, yeah, that's right. Had the disaster earnings 5 days ago. Had the big move 2 days afterwards. Now it's starting to give it up again. CVET. HT squared, HT on the way down here underneath that whole number. This has room also on the daily 3082. So it has about $1 on the daily until it hits some kind of support. This one has been triggering Tuffin, TUFN, not an earnings play, but it's been moving higher. On the weekly chart, 1868, that's the high looking left. My, you're a funny man, Zach. Well, EBR, guys, this is sorry, continuing. It's a march up here. Can't chase it. Probably some resistance right around the 11 mark. Might be an interesting short. Ooh, I have to start paying more again. I said this yesterday. This is the bouncer's topper. So look at CPB, the alert at 43.62 on a potential top. And now look at this. Look at the drop by CPB. See what happened at IQ. 1897 down to 1853. Tellurian. Let's see. No, it actually continued. Wouldn't have got hurt though, but it did continue. And the X bounced. 1182. It is bounced up to 1205. Again, I said this yesterday. I got to pay more attention to these. Wow. This is so much fun. All right, so go to the tech support, click on the tech support tab, all right? Click on the tech support tab, scroll to the top. This is for you, Dave. There's a couple of fixes for you. You might just need a refresh, or if you should be using Chrome as your browser, you might have to disable your hardware accelerator. So just click on the tech support tab, scroll to the top, and there are a couple of fixes for you, okay? And that's for anybody who can't see my screen very well. Well, can I say that Cree is getting creamed? Man, and interesting. I mean, it had the little, I mean, it fell all the way down there after hours, pulled up, looked interesting in the pre-market, actually looked like it might recover. Wow. All right, guys, I actually took a little loss on LZB. I was shorting it. I took a little loss on it. I had a scalp in it, but it moved against me just a little bit, so I'm out of the LZB. The app's actually nice move after that pullback. Not beautiful looking, but it's, I mean, it's a great, almost at the high now, apps. All right, this WTRH is trying to break out also. Another, wonderful looking chart. If it can really start to move here. What's the high here on the weekly is $2. Obviously, it gets through $2. I'm just going to stick an alert. I doubt if it'll happen today, but I'm going to stick an alert. Well, as I say, one good trade is all you need. And, the interesting thing, we talked about this, that there are not very many earnings plays, but which can be good actually because there's far fewer than to concentrate on. People like to play earnings. There are still a lot of eyeballs and chasing fewer stocks, which can be good. And so if you get the ones like a Cree is a name stock. I mean, people, a lot of people know about Cree. Yeah, I mean, they're on the weekly chart. Yeah, I mean, I'll say this: it's not going to get there today. Okay, guys, I'm still interested in the PDD. If it takes out this area here, I'm going to reset the alert. It's just kind of taking its time, but it is a earnings play also. Look at apps, nice. Wow. All right, now Lazy Boy might get me interested again. That was a bit of a nasty one. It got me out of it, but I may, let's see, it's now negative again. My goodness, we're going to have a green candle for Cree. 5 minute. So now might be, start why you're in this short. I mean, just be careful. There's a bottoming tail there. There's a topping tail there. So still uncertainty on this candle right here. There's a little bit of, maybe a little bit of support around 49. So we'll see. Tilray on the move here. TLRY on the move here. Another one trying to crawl off the bottom. Okay, so this is not, so far, that's a minor green candle. But I still have some hope on it. You know, it doesn't have that much room though, not really that much room. So it may be over, as Real pointed out in the pre-market. What's the market doing? Really nothing. Market is doing nothing. Got to pay more attention to these, you know, short the top, little kind of for scalping, scalping opportunities. I have to, what is my sound alert for this? Interesting. Okay, I need to make it more interesting. Okay, not that it's a sell, but now I will make it a little more interesting. I'll know it. If it's not working, are you sure you haven't accidentally? Wow. Oh, geez, guys. I know real short. He's got to be short Cree. He's got to be short Cree. If he isn't, I don't. Then it's an imposter in the room. Okay, so make sure you have an accident. Our sound alert's working at all, Glenn? Glenn, are there any sound alerts working? Okay. Did you have it accidentally toggled on and off? The sound toggle right there, the icon? Yeah, that's typically why. You didn't find the tech support? You can't see my screen. So you have been posting in stocks only. Right beside it is off topic and swing trading, tech support. I mean, listen, I don't want to. You know, I'll type, I'll get it in here. I'll just paste it in here. You can't seem to find it. So this is for you, Dave G. Okay. But you can't see my screen. That's the problem. I'm sorry, you can't see my screen. So I just posted the fix. I don't know what to say. If you can't find the tech support, you can do a refresh. There's a refresh button up in the top right-hand corner, a refresh. Or if you have Chrome, as you should be using Chrome as your browser in the room, and then you'll have to disable your hardware accelerator. You go to the Chrome settings and find where. Okay, but did you disable your hardware accelerator in Chrome? You have to go to Chrome settings, scroll down where it says advanced, click on that. scroll down a little bit more and find where it says hardware accelerator and disable it. Look at Civet too. Boy, this is a miss by me. Would have been a, well, would have been a chase, maybe the only entry right around here. What a miss. SVET just tanking. Well, so much for that green candle. Boy. Yeah, WTRH keeps ringing in my ear here on the text to voice. Okay. Okay. So CMD, hopefully you can find the tech support tab where it says tech support. I know you can't see, but just find that tab, scroll up to the top, and there are a couple of fixes for you. Either a refresh or have to disable your hardware accelerator in Chrome, the browser. Okay. So hopefully you can find the tech support tab. Okay, great. And just scroll to the top of it, and there are a couple of fixes for you, okay? There never was private messaging, Alan. There's no private messaging between people in the room. If you want, no, there really wasn't. If you want to talk to me about something that you really feel has to be a private message, I will message you. The reason I can't let people message me is, as the developer of the room told me, you'll go crazy because people will start messaging me for things that really don't have to be messaged, and I could have 10 or 15 open at a time, and it'll drive me crazy. So if you want me to message you, fine, but make sure that it's warranted, that you just can't put it in. You can ask me a question, right here. No, you can ask. I mean, there's no, you don't have to private. Sure. Yes, I did. You don't have to private message me for something like that. I'm not embarrassed. Yeah, the clue to whether I've done something also sort of on my own is if I keep putting price alerts in. But listen, I mean, I talked about it right here on that red bar, green bar ignored. Well, Tilray is actually, yeah, on the evening scan came up at 39. I did not take it, may take it. I want to see how well it holds 31. Came up on the evening scan, 30.99. It's, let's see if it, wow, I mean, it actually got up to 31.37. So let's see how well it holds 30 though. 31, sorry. Whoa, something's happening with Tailored Brands, guys. Look, targeted by private equity firm and takeover. That's the news that just came out. Well, I see it 11:22. So it actually happened right here. TLRD. There's the news. I'm just reading it right there. Targeted by private equity firm. PCG is a dog. I had high hopes for this one. I thought it was, once it took out this area here, I thought really it might have a bit of a run, but nope. Not today anyway. No, that's from Interactive Brokers. Boy, EBR again after that little, well, not a little, it was quite a big, decent pullback right there. EBR again. We cannot chase. Maybe a 1081 would have been an interesting buy, but I cannot chase it. I mean, there's just no stopping it yet. I mean, honestly, look at the 15-minute chart. It's been basically straight down. A couple little top tails there, but really, no true buyers have stepped in yet for CRE. Hey, good CMB. What was it? The hardware accelerator or just a refresh? I did short it, Alan. I did. The accelerator, okay. Well, Lazy Boy almost nailed me again. I was really wanting to short this one on this breakdown here. I might have to put it again. Took a little loss on the first short. These some topping tails here. Waited too long on the Tilray. Look at Tailored. This is a rumor anyway. This is a rumor, of course, targeted by private equity firm as a takeover. TLRD. That's why this is moving right now. Yeah, I didn't post it in Time Allen, okay? So just, okay. I'm not going to post it now. Chili's, maybe a little bit of an interesting one, though I think it really has to take out, yeah, these areas up here. More I see this IOVA holding over this 20. I mean, the only problem is not a lot of volume, but it has a lot of room. Do I have alerts configured using alert filters? Alerts are not filters. There's filters and then there are alerts. Oh, I see what you're saying. Are you talking about, there are some filters that have an alert companion and vice versa? Few of them, only very few of them. All right, so here's absolute. So here's the green bar ignored that I was talking about for Cree. Okay, here we have a red candle, red candle. So I'm going to expand this, and there's the green bar. All right, totally engulfed by the previous red candle. So the trigger would be if the next candle is red, and right there, 5266. 5266 would have been the trigger. Now, just because it triggers doesn't mean you absolutely take the trade, but now it's alerting you to, okay, this looks like a really good short setup. That's it. That's on a 15-minute. You know, I mean, it works. You know, it doesn't matter. The higher the time frame, the better, especially if you get a fairly narrow bar. And then, I mean, look what happened afterwards. You know, I was talking about it right here, guys. So look what happened afterwards. Now it's interesting because the so-called new AI that is being tested was actually alerted earlier at 5462 right up here. So I didn't get in there, but I got in soon after that green bar ignored. You know, I mean, here's a red bar ignored. Now, again, does it mean you take the trade automatically? No, but there is a red bar ignored. See how we have an uptrend? The uptrend right there. That green, I think it's maybe not to the penny. Yeah, I mean, so that actually high is 1081. So it's not, and that high is 1081 also. So it's not completely, but the other thing though is look for a bottoming tail. This is incredible. Wow. So the other thing though, look for a bottoming tail, because again, the whole idea of this is that you have an uptrend, then you have a pause in that uptrend, and maybe the uptrend continues, all right? If you get a big bottoming tail, again, what does that mean? That means that the sellers really tried to knock it down, but the buyers at least closed it up here. I'm not saying necessarily in this one, that's not a huge bottoming tail, but the buyers closed it there, and then they appear to have taken control again. So if you get a big bottoming tail and the engulf, that is even better. Meanwhile, the Gap is coming back. GPS is coming back. I know there were one that got, oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Guess. So the Gap GPS is moving with a lot of the retailers. It has earnings after hours tomorrow. GPS. So it's moving well with a lot of the retailers. Target has really, really helped, of course. I mean, Target has really put it's shot in the arm to a lot of the retailers. I mean, this is an all-time high now for Target TGT. Mustang Bio. Oh yeah, nice break actually on the weekly. There's a little bit of room, like 441, but it gets through that. All right, guys, looking at Children's Place now. A little bit. Actually, I'm not really. I don't. There is a short alert on it, but I don't really look at these ones that are this expensive. So, okay. Well, Well, Tilray had a nice run, and now it's giving it up. Now let's see if this is just a 2-bar pullback on the 5s or a 3-bar, and let's see if it can stall and it continue. Okay, one moment, please. All right, guys. Yeah, what a morning. I am getting set to take my break here. All right, guys, listen, this may be I don't want to call it a swing, but the Iova, I'm in it. Just before I taking my break, looks like it's trying to hold this area here. So I'm in it at 2026. I've been watching it all day. This is just one that I happen to have thumbnailed. Okay. kind of relays from my price alerts. All right. I doubt anything's going to be like Cree today, but look at EBR. I mean, I did not take it. I just could not chase it. But man, this would have been the area right there after that pullback was over. Actually, 1067. I think Real would have said 1067 above the high of that candle, and you put your alert or your stop at 1060. So you get about a, maybe at most a 10-cent stop. And the stock that now has moved 50 cents from there, that's a 5-to-1 or 1-to-5 risk reward. If I'm trying to get inside Real's head. Ah, man. Well, had I got in the EBR where I should have, it would have been the low of that candle, yes. But a lot of times, remember now, I'm taking a lot of plays just over the whole number. Now, with the IOVA, no. I mean, definitely not the whole number. It's way too far away. I'd like to see it not break down through 2020, but we'll see what happens on it. Okay, Lander, number one, this is not a room in which I'm going to tell you what to buy and sell all day long. Okay, you're in the wrong room. You're not paying me to. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't. Let's put it this way. You can see typically virtually everything I do. I did not have the Cree there. You're right, but everything I do is usually posted in the alert section. Only time it's not is if but I would say that virtually every trade that I do take, I have talked about. No, so I do not have statistics, no. All right, guys, time is at 11:43. So yeah, I'll be I'll be taking my break pretty soon. What? Going long? I mean, it's got to time. I agree. It's got to bounce sometime. So, I mean, you can see right there are my levels right there. The short, covered, still have some. Not much, but. Oh, you miserable thing. Is Acor coming back? Not that interested in it. Wow, I think somebody was mentioning this NSPR. What a run it's had. I'll do it right now. Okay, I'm there. All right, I'm just, what's Ever doing? Okay, you didn't have to private message me on that. But okay, thank you. Is that it? Okay. Okay, you did, well, you don't have, it's okay to post something like that in public. It's okay. Okay, I'm going to go now, okay, Alan? But thanks for that. No, no bother. All right, guys. It's been a wild morning. Wild morning. Ah, there I am. BKE. That's me. BKE on the move up. Actually, nice, interesting weekly charts or weekly chart. Look at the bottoming tail, bottoming tail. Again, with a lot of the retailers just having nice surges today. In fact, look at this. There's one of the ETFs for the retail sector, XRT. So probably see a lot of stocks that look like this. The GPS, I think, was kind of like that. Remember, GPS has earnings. Now look at that, mirroring XRT. All right, everybody, I'm going to take my break right now. Again, before I go, just want to, again, alert people to the fact that there is this nice promo on right now, back to school. It's over Friday night, midnight, Eastern time. Instant 25% savings off the first month only or the entire year. And there is a subscription link right there. And again, as always, if you take out a subscription, say a monthly, and you want to upgrade to a yearly, or take out a standard and you want to upgrade to premium, if you do so within 30 days, we'll honor the 25% promo code, all right? Okay, back at around 12:30, I'm going to put it on surf mode. Again, what surf mode it will do, you don't see a lot of my top lists, but it'll take a look at all the top list windows that I have, top list windows that I have. It'll cycle through the top three as I have them sorted. Then it'll move on to the next one and the next one and keep rotating. And it'll also look at my price alerts window and the AI. And it'll just keep going. If you want to stop, all you have to do is go to a chart. It'll pause it and then back off the chart and it'll continue. Click on a symbol and it will stop it. And of course, this is a toggle. And remember, Right beside it is the sound toggle. And that happens a lot when people are surfing. They accidentally hit that and then they wonder why they don't have any sounds. Already had one individual, I think it was Glenn, but it happens a lot. People wonder, where are my sounds gone? They've accidentally clicked on that toggle. That's an on and off. That shuts all your sound alerts off. All right, so we'll see you in a while. All right, Dave, I'm just going to pop in for you. Contact Kelly at trade-ideas.com and she'll look after you, okay, on an upgrade. All right? All right, guys, I'm back. And yeah, I'm still in the over, but listen, but listen, don't let me influence you. You want to get out of it, get out of it. All right. And please don't even ask me where my stop is. I don't want to influence anybody. You know, I sometimes get jumping on my stops. So you know, if you want to keep in it, keep in it. I don't know where you're in it. I mean, I'm in it 2026. So what? I'm 8 cents under right now. I'm just going to hold on a little bit. All out of the Cree. This was just underneath the 49. So now, yeah, it might be an interesting bounce play. And there I go. BKE is on the move here. Middle name K, not K as in, well, it could be, I guess it could be a guy's name every now and then. Nothing really shaking from AI curation. I mean, you know, obviously some of them early were okay, but you know, they didn't last. That's the only issue. You know what I'm talking about. Obviously, the ACOR did not last, but it, you know, did get up to 40 from the alert. ARWR, yeah, I mean, got all the way up to 35, 39 from 34. TWOU did get up to 1939 before it came back down. PCG up to 1233 from their 1181. I don't know what the glue did. So, I mean, these all worked to varying degrees. Just nothing sustained, unfortunately. The glue, yeah, I mean, 457, you know, a little pop, 471. And this one, yeah, this one did not do anything. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 worked to some extent. And on the flip side, the BMCH, actually, I mean, look, I have this one. I'm going to keep this one and the AI for forever. I mean, if it can ever take out this area right there, 25, what is it, 2550 something? 2555. I have an alert set for 2555 on this one. Not that far away. I mean, it'll be an all-time high, and it just, you know, this could be just a little bit of a couple of weeks rest right here. You know, it's been basing. Look at the daily chart. Been basing here. A little bit of a base forming. If it ever decides it wants to take out that high, it could start to run again. Okay, this one, you know, from the bouncer's topper, XON. So the alert was at 646. It was right there. Now, remember now, there are two ways to get the alert: as it's moving down, or if it puts in a new 5-minute high. Obviously, it didn't. Obviously, it didn't make a new 5-minute high. It was a new low. Kept moving down, down. Now let's see if this is a true bounce. Would have some room to the 666, ominously. But I think things have really slowed down now. Now this one, you know what? I keep waiting on this one also, this RUHN. I mean, just look at the potential void fill. I'm not saying it's going to happen today, but man, oh man, look at the potential for this one. This is why this has been on my evening scan list for several days now, just in case it finally has that breakout moment. I mean, look at on the weekly chart, the next real level of resistance is around 7, and it's sitting at 468. This is an IPO from back here. Obviously did not do very well. I don't know what RVA 10 means. What does RVA 10 mean, Dave? And I thought it was a symbol. This. Of course it could. I'm out of it now, but of course it could. Oh, momentary respite right there, maybe. Dairy Queen, yeah, Dairy Queen on the move. Not an earnings play. There's Macy's still just hanging around the close from yesterday. I don't think anything. I have no idea if it's played out. I mean, obviously, it seems to have found a bit of an area that it's going to pause in. Could go up or down from here. I have no idea. I mean, it's already down. What? How much? Actually, it's only down 16%. I mean, I thought it was going to be down like 30, but it's almost down $10. But FN's having a bit of a bounce back day after earnings yesterday. You can see it's over the, well, no, it is not over yesterday's high. It's over the high of the body of the candle. So if you discount that topping tail, and nice little bottoming tail there. So FN could, the market is still positive. Okay, little guy, meat has been running here. Meat all the way down here, 350. Well, actually, it looks bigger than it is. 351 up to 362. But it is running. But look at the volume that's come in. Most of the volume is right here. These two 15-minute candles. It's traded 1.3 million shares. So somebody wants meat right now. But I look at this and I see all sorts of resistance right around 370-ish. Very choppy on the weekly. Okay, so remember I was talking about a potential bounce for Exxon, so no, not yet, and maybe never. This is what I'm talking about there, 646. So there was the alert there, but it kept moving down, bottomed a little bit, and now it continues to move down. I see EBR is hugging that 8 EMA on the 5-minute chart. Just out of the range I like to trade, but yeah, DQ, I like the ones under 40, but great. Nice break on the weekly. Probably coming into there is maybe the resistance. So far enough away, $5 away. Yeah, just undervolumed right now. The IVA. It's hoping that when it finally started to move off this volume might pick up, but not yet. All right, guys. Well, my alerts have died down completely. Except for this one. Look at this one. SRRK on the move here. What's the volume? Very light volume. But for it, it's double normal. This is an IPO, I guess, from back here. Where are you out of? Another one of those bios near Boston. Well, because you said it, Vicky, I guess I should. No, I'll be shutting the room at normal 3:10 or so. It's my long day, though. I'm in the webinar at 5 o'clock, so it makes it for my long day. Yeah, it's sort of I wonder if that is a red bar ignored. Very, very close to a red bar ignored for IQ. Not quite, but Very close. Just because that, but you know, because it's a bottoming tail, that's okay. Not totally engulfed. But you know, it's got to take out 19. I mean, look at the high right there. 18. It's got to get over 19. The stupidity of people not wanting to go through a whole number, but it is what it is. It's only a number. Well, the two that I had modestly high hopes for, the Acor and the TWR, nothing happened with, well, I got out of them with small losses, but yeah, it's just nothing really broke. I'm still going to watch these though, just because I love the voids. Now, also on the downside, I mean, if they want to move down tomorrow, that's great too, you know, because this is the sort of pattern I love because it could go either way. You know, it's got a big enough void underneath and it's got a big enough void on top. So just wait for a trigger. Okay, so this is not a green bar ignored exactly, except because obviously that topping tail is outside, but that almost makes it worthwhile because again, what did that mean? The buyers tried like heck to move it up. Sellers drove it down, so it closed there, and now they look like they're still in control. So, you know, I mean, they don't all have to be engulfed. If you get a big topping tail outside, that's even better in my opinion. Or if you're looking on the downside, a big bottoming tail outside, that's almost better than being totally engulfed, in my opinion. Vicky. But it is a, yeah, well, it is, not only, it is. You know, the candle hasn't closed yet, but the trigger is right there, 2194. Has some room, 2274 up to this area for CHRS. You got in that, where would you put your stop? And for me, I mean, I'd be way more, I'd be putting it at the bottom of the body of the candle as opposed to the tail. Another one of these crazy little ones. Boy, did it ever. Right back. A little scary. All the way to 22.30, although at 20 cents in a heartbeat. You too, Roger. So IQ is getting closer, guys. IQ is getting closer to that 19 takeout. You got on the weekly chart 1907 right there. So that might be an impediment also, though. 1950 in the next weekly chart. So it probably has to get through 1907 at least. Lots of action in the market today. Yes, Mafuso. I see GPS gave up a lot. So GPS has earnings after hours today. Hard to believe that GPS will do well. I mean, they're what's the difference in guess and GPS really? You know, and there's oh, that's right. They did release earnings. That was just a big downturn after on Macy Day, I guess we'll call it. Macy's dragged all the retailers down that day. All right, guys, I am watching the IOVA now. I didn't want to see it give up 20, but too bad that that weekly high right there 3 weeks ago is right at 1907, I think. 1907, it's too bad that's there. No, there it is. I mean, IQ now is over. Now, will it stall, though, at 1907? Okay, guys, I've been getting out of my IOVA. Basically, an average of about 2015. So I will look at it again if it gets over 2030. I'm just not that, the relative volume is just not there. So there's not that much interest in it right now. For me, anyway.